What a beautiful starting hand. We have our mountain and our white and blue cards. Yeah. I don't think that I can throw this back. There's a lot of cards that I draw that I can play here. I still have Tiger. I get an island, that's good. If I get a plains, it's fine. And I can play most of our cards. I think that I keep this, as weird as that is. Even though I can't play any cards till turn 5. Being on the draw makes a big difference there. Yeah. Unfortunately, forests and swamps are really bad draws. Those are definitely the worst draws that we can get. A tune with Aether actually isn't that bad because it lets us get Contraband Kingpin. Okay, Wild Wanderer is acceptable. Not amazing, because I'd like to play things before turn 4, but this is a lot healthier than what we had before. What do we have from our opponent? No land? No land would be really good. Are we that lucky? Do we get to buy ourselves some time? I could desperately use for our opponent to miss a land here, because our deck is slow right now. They're thinking really hard. Okay, they have a land. Oh, ugh. Yeah, do they have land? They have land and more. Alright, get our mountain. Yeah, the swamp and forest draws were pretty terrible for us here. I was hoping to get things like Narnum Cobra or, Metal Spinner's Puzzle Knot. We had a bunch of live draws, which is why I thought it was okay to keep on the draw. This still isn't that bad either. I mean, not amazing, but at least after this, we get Wild Wanderer down, we get blue mana, I think, and then we can play Riparian Tiger. Yeah, Filigree Familiar is pretty good. Okay, definitely need to stop drawing land anytime now. I only have 16 lands in the deck. Come on. This is not what we need. I'm going to get the island because we have a lot of artifacts, and this scry will be very useful. It'll help us draw down to the plains. Hopefully. I mean, kind of don't want to draw any more lands right now, but it should get us down to something. Maybe just Prophetic Prism. Wouldn't that be nice? Better than either of those would just be, like, gas cards. Elegant Edgecrafters or something. Some big beater. Tiger is good, but it's not going to be enough to finish this game, that's for sure. So, getting hit with Familiar and Thopter here. Do I trade with Familiar? I think I will. I have the Tiger coming down afterwards, and I just need to buy time. Not happy about it, but I think it's the correct thing to do. We're so far behind already. I can't just continue to take hits. Opponent thinking very hard about this turn. They've played pretty slow, so I don't know if they're just double queued or if they're deep in the tank or what. I mean, it took them like a good 30 seconds to play their third land on turn 3. You're this very measured, slow playing opponent. Just very careful with what they do. Just evaluating the board here, I guess. Alright, so we have movement. Opponent's alive! Ah, yes, it took them a good minute to figure out they should probably kill our only creature. Yeah, I think this person has to be double queued. This is just way too slow for anything else. Go with the Tiger. And we'll pass the turn. And hopefully not get it Welding Sparks. Okay, no Welding Sparks at the end of turn. That's a very good sign. Malfunction. Yep. That is a problem. We do still have 2 blockers next turn, and this can be a 3/3 now because of the Riparian Tiger. That's a good blocker on the ground. Lifelink will hopefully help. Bastion Mastodon. Is that just better than Long Tusk? Yeah, I mean, it's gotta be. Scry. Like, what am I even asking? Extra power and toughness and a scry. Yeah, I'd say it's probably better. Alright, I have to keep that plains on top. It's just too good with Fragmentize. Making a card that's dead in our hand live, especially when it can kill something like the Thopter token. Being at 7, this is a real threat. Also not super unlikely that our opponent plays something like a Dukara Peafowl, and we have to kill that. There's the Welding Sparks. Opponent has a lot of removal. Let's block here, take 2, down to 5. Get the Long Tusk Cub down, and I probably Fragmentize the Thopter. And hope that we never draw another land for the rest of this game, because we have everything. Opponent deciding if they should let this resolve. Hopefully they don't have a counterspell. Like, the Disappearing Act to bounce Whirler Virtuoso here and get another Thopter would be really gross. Shoot the Thopter and pass. Well, actually, do I want to hit for 1? Put us back up to 3. Long Tusk Cub eats one of these. It's so bad if they have another removal spell. It might be okay. I think I should just be careful. Opponent still has 2 cards in hand, so I don't think that that's a great risk to take. Now we're just sitting here praying for no whammies. Land is okay. The last 2 cards in our opponent's hand are land, and we're in actually pretty decent shape. Yep, good thing we didn't attack the Contraband Kingpin. Very good. Oh wow, opponent's attacking? They have to have another trick here then, right? This has to be a trick. Or do they think that this is worth it for 1? There has to be some kind of trick here. Because this is 1 damage. Maybe they have Pyrohelix and they just kill both of our creatures. Nothing? Wow, that's great for us. Better if we could draw land. Or better if we couldn't draw land, rather. We only have 6 land left in our entire deck, so we're drawing 75% non-lands now. Started out with about, like, what, 45% land? Now we're down to about 25%. So we've been overdrawing land just a little bit. Had a land-heavy hand to start, too. Attacking again. Well, I will throw out the same blocks. I'm at 4 life. I can't really do anything too much different. I do not understand what our opponent's play is there. I mean, they want to draw a card, I guess? Ah, they drew the Furious Reprisal. So they top-decked what they had been bluffing before. This time I actually have something to play, though. And hopefully I have a lot more where that came from, because, like I said, we have only 6 lands left. We have 17 just gas cards in our deck. Opponent has a lot, too, apparently. Oh, wow. And they drew more gas on top of that? Ugh, jeez. Opponent's top decks here are really, really bad. Not good for us at all. Alright. Something good? Malphus squad. I guess I make it 4 powers so it can trade with the self-assembler, and the Pima Outrider can continue to hold back the Artist and the Foundry Inspector. So we're going to from 3 to we're going from 5 to 2 here. We're taking 3 damage if our opponent wants to attack all out. We gotta hope that they just drew a land finally. We need them to blank a little bit here. Opponent thinking. I mean, pretty obvious self-assembler coming into play. Hopefully they don't have a third. If they have a third self-assembler, I don't think that there's a way for me to get out of this. I think I'm very dead. Well, and snap block. Can't let it hit me. It almost kills me just by itself. And the Malphus squad is a trade up for me. Alright, I need edge crafters. Big fatty fats. I need my opponent to hit a bunch of blanks. They did hit a land this time, finally. Please no more. Please, please, please no more. Okay. Whew. That gives me a chance. Just not a land. I'll accept it. It's not land. It does kill self-assembler. Everything else holds back the team. I'm cool with it. Fortuitous Find would actually be a really good draw right now that I'm thinking about it. I just realized it's like, oh, when I saw the Narnum Cobra, I immediately thought of our Fortuitous Finds. That would be very good. Buying back, like, Bastion Mastodon and probably Wild Wanderer just to get some thinning in our deck. Either that or Contraband Kingpin. Pretty good. Probably, I think it'd be Kingpin over the Wild Wanderer. That's close. That's really close. Wanderer actually trades with one of these, and it basically draws us a card. The Contraband Kingpin, though, blanks these in a better way because you can get lifelink, but it doesn't kill them. It's interesting. Opponent has their own Narnum Cobra. Alright. And land. Oh, that's unfortunate. Just pass. 4 land left in the deck. No, 5. We have 5 left? 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I guess we do. I must have miscounted earlier. So we are actually just dead on board right now. All the opponent has to do is attack. It's a bit of a gutsy attack because we have 2 cards in hand. We have a ton of lands. They've got to think that we probably have something here. And if we do, then that's really quite a blowout for us. But I think that it's correct for them to take the line anyways. Oh, never mind. Of course they draw a hasted creature too. Alright, well. That's just silly. That's fine. I'm dead even if they misclick there. Ugh. Alright. What do we do? against a fairly fast red-blue deck. Well, one thing is we would try and draw less land. The other thing we can do... Dukara Peafowl seems okay, but... Actually, the 4 power is kind of important against self-assemblers, just a trade-off at least. Consulate Skygate could be fine. Stops the Thopters. Or at least one Thopter. Stops some of the early game. Gets rid of, like, the Brazen Scourge that they had. Like, it blanks that. Maybe Consulate Skygate is good. Fragmentize didn't hit a lot, and it is a splash. I might just take it out. We saw the Thopter, and it kills that. But, I mean, using Fragmentize just to kill half of a card isn't great. I think that's okay. Not super excited about it, but we'll make that change. We'll play first. Alright, we have the Attune with Aether to get... Oh, man. Actually, what do we get? I'll keep this, but I'm really not sure what we're going for. I think I go for a Swamp to get the Tidy Conclusion online, but... Wow, that's awkward. It doesn't actually get Tidy Conclusion online. And it... like, might be needed for blue or white mana. I think we go for it. Wonder if I could have gotten away with 15 land. 5 color and 15 land just feels wrong, but if I'm going to flood out every game, then maybe I would have wanted to do it. Looks like I might have wanted to, because we're flooding again. Here comes the flood. We're going to need a boat. Ooh, Quicksmith Genius is very good. They have this many artifacts as they had last game. Looting every turn is really nice. Ah, yes. Yep. More lands. Oh. Alright, well, I think we're making a quick exit from this one. Not much that we can do about it. I think that we are just getting kind of unlucky here. We are playing only 16 lands. I don't seriously think we could have gone down to 15. It's just a bad luck draw. I mean, sure, we're playing 5 colors, but it hasn't really been the colors that have been the problem. It's just been an overabundance of them. We have way too many lands to actually do anything. We almost stabilized that last game too, but just couldn't quite finish it because our opponent had a lot more gas than us ultimately. It's tough to win games when you play 5 or 6 less spells than your opponents. Sorry, my cat's kind of running around, going a little bit crazy here. Ooh, 8 damage. Yeah, that's bad. Down to 10. I can play the Bastion Mastodon, have a blocker, but it's pretty likely that it gets killed. Malfunction or something. At least if it's malfunction, I can activate Renegade Freighter, try and offer a trade. Now we're getting color screwed a little bit. The first non-land that we draw happens to be Skywhaler's Shot, which we can't play. Yikes. If they have removal, I at least hope that it's... like that. Most of the removal is like Furious Reprisal and Chandra's Pyrohelix, Welding Sparks, none of which kill the Bastion Mastodon. Okay, Self-Assembler is good, but doesn't do it. Opponent had a sick curve this game. 2-drop, 3-drop, 4-drop, 5-drop, and it draws another card for them. Discarding Electrostatic Pummeler. So their hand is just all gas right now. They have no lands. And I have a lot of lands. Alright, I'll pass. It sucks because I wish that I had a tune for Aether for white, but I kind of don't because I actually wouldn't be able to play Tidy Conclusion. We've drawn a lot of forests. I'm playing a lot on purpose, but that's normally so that I can fix my other colors with the Attunes and with Wild Wanderer and stuff like that. We're not really drawing the Attunes and the Wild Wanderer. I am drawing a lot of forests. So just a little bit of a failure for the deck to be pulling out the way that we want it to. Do they attack all in? Imagine they do. I'm wondering about Tidy Conclusioning down the Quicksmith Genius. Just because I don't want our opponent to get more gas at this point. Bastion Mastodon probably dies post-combat. Glad it doesn't die in combat to a trick. There'll probably be Chandra's Pyre Helix, and I'll take one, and this will take one. And then, what do I want to draw? Prof Prism would be okay. I could shoot the Spontaneous Artist. Or the Sky Whale that's killing me. Well, Pima Outrider is a card. It actually just lets us die. Just a little too late. Would have been great a long time ago, but... yeah, the 8 lands just is too much. Because I can play Pima Outrider, but I can't block with 2 creatures, so I block here and I take 6. Nothing I can do. Well, that's all for this week's episode of Full Force. Thanks everybody for tuning in. And hopefully next week we'll have a little bit better luck with drawing our lands. I'll try and do this 5-color deck again later. And I think we can get a better deck if we get a lot of Prophetic Prisms and Wild Wanderers, like I said. I think that'll turn out a lot better. We can do better than this one. But, I don't know. I do think this deck underperformed. We'll see if we can recover and have a better one next time. Or like Chandra's Pyre Helix would be really bad. Okay. Please don't have anything. It seemed like they haven't had anything for the last little while, so I'm hoping that's the case.